In Rockland, a little boy who got his first bike stolen the same day he got it. What could have ruined one of the happiest days of his life turned out to be one of the most generous things we've seen in a while. James Corrigan has that story from Rockland about how a community champion with very little made sure to help a boy in need.
There's no feeling like when a boy climbs his first bike.
Yeah, look, good.
Especially one he can talk to.
Cranking, 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 cranking. Like it, go back in the puddle.
3-year-old Will Fuller Wright of Rockland knows that feeling well after his parents bought him his very first bike, one a bit more super than most. Why is Spider-Man your favorite superhero?
Because he saves buddy by catching bad guys in the net.
But last week, on Will's first day out with the bike, there was one bad guy Spider-Man couldn't avoid.
My bike got stolen there.
We went to Walgreens and we stopped and put his bike on the sidewalk and went inside to get him a little candy treat and said, "Woohoo, you made it half a mile." We came out and the bike wasn't there. And I walked up and down the length of the sidewalk thinking, because there's those big cement columns, so I thought maybe I just couldn't see it, but it wasn't there.
Security footage showed that someone did see it and took it, along with Will's mother, Liz Fuller Wright's faith in her fellow neighbor.
It was a mix of emotions. I mean, sad, disappointed, angry at the state of humanity. He's 3 years old. This is his first bike. And you don't want to think that anybody would do that.
Rockland police posted a surveillance video of the thief on Facebook to try and find the stolen bike. But what they found instead was something priceless.
I happened to put Facebook on and I saw that story about the little boy who had his bike stolen.
The woman you're hearing from is homeless and wishes to remain anonymous. She's based out of her car, which is where she was at an Oxford County gas station when she saw the news and decided to act.
What this little boy was thinking when he came out of that store with his mom and saw his bike missing, I cried. I worry about what that little boy would be growing up and thinking about the world. I went to Walmart and I purchased the one and only bike, got him the helmet, the lock, and then I took it to Rockland.
She spent what little money she had on the identical bike and dropped it off at the Rockland police station. The department's subsequent Facebook post received an overwhelming reaction, with the Mid-Coast Recovery Coalition now accepting donations for her as a means of thanks. But for Will and Liz, no amount of thanks would be enough.
I was able to give her a call and we spoke for a few minutes. And she told me her story and I couldn't believe it. She's not someone flush with cash, but she gave so much, so generously to a little boy she'd never met, never known, because she wanted him to be happy. She didn't want him to think that there were bad guys in the world. She wanted him to have faith in humanity.
If you were to meet this boy, what would you say?
I think I would probably just cry, to see the happy joyness in his face. And I'd probably let him know that no matter what happens in life, we go through our troubles, our ups and downs, but there's always somebody out there that's watching over us. He's never alone.
And so for Will, his first bike is now his second. And the superhero whose name it bears is also second to the real hero who showed a little boy that superheroes do exist. In Rockland, I'm James Corrigan with Maine's Total Coverage. A car can accomplish many things. It can get you where you need to go, and it can also get you to a place of comfort. For Tisha Rosado of East Berlin, those cars are the Volkswagens she collects. In July, a new addition joined her set, a 2003 Beetle from a veteran's auction. But the car of love had found itself showing its years.
The entire car was covered in mold from head to toe. You couldn't even see her adorable Betty Boop floor mats because they were just covered in mold.
Tisha had planned to take it apart and use its parts to help restore a different Beetle, until she opened the visor and found a surprise letter from the car's previous owner saying goodbye to their love bug.
And I was like, there's no way that we can chop this car up and use it for parts. We need to find the owner, we need to get it running again, and we need to let her know that her best friend is continuing on.
Tisha now needed to find the owner and knew the one place she could go to spread the word: TikTok.
You know, we buy a lot of Beetles, but this one came with a little surprise. Then the card inside says, "Get well soon." And it says, "Hoping you're feeling better each day and you'll soon be up and on your way. Thank you for keeping me safe, for all the joy and fun we had.
You were my dream car. You made me feel special. I hope your journey continues and you bring someone lots of joy."
The woman going by Tree lives in New York and had bought the car in 2003 to share with her father, with whom she had grown up loving Herbie the love bug.
When I was little, my father was obsessed with Herbie. He loved Beetles. And I told him, I said, when I grow up, I'm going to buy you a Herbie. And I walked in and there was my car. There was Herbetta on a spindle spinning around. And I said, that's my car.
After her father passed away 3 years later, her bond with the car that she would name Herbetta grew. But it was during the pandemic when the car fell on hard times, as it grew moldy and ceased running. Tree's decision to sell it to a veterans group felt as if her final connection to her father was gone.
And I hung up the phone and I just sobbed. And I looked up to my dad and I said, "Dad, I failed." I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "I failed you."
But less than a month later, a friend sent her a video.
I was watching the video. I literally slid off the couch and fell on the floor. And I couldn't believe this beautiful young girl who is reading this letter is sitting with shorts in my car and it's completely cleaned.
Tisha's TikTok had gone viral, and she was able to get in touch with Tree to let her know that her love bug is in good hands. The letter inspired Tisha to restore the car and raise money through a GoFundMe to deliver it back to Tree and reunite her with her long-lost Herbetta. A gesture and a saga that has shown both that fate has a way of bringing people exactly where they need to be.
I don't believe in coincidence. I think that everything happens for a reason. And this car found me because me and Tree were both in a point in our life where we could use a friend.
In one sentence, love continues. If you think someone has passed and they are not still with you, they are with you. Love continues.
Proving that no door is ever truly closed and no amount of love can be measured in mere miles. James Corrigan, Fox 43 News.
A popular cookie chain out of Lancaster County is selling a new kind of cookie this week, created by an inspiring young girl.
The cookies will benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and as Fox 43's James Corrigan tells us, their sweetness was inspired by a little girl's strength.
A few things can be used to make a cookie: the dough, chocolate chips, caramel, and always a little bit of love.
Do you like caramel?
She just shows us strength. She gives me strength.
For 11-year-old Riley Nazario of Lancaster, her strength shows through her lust for life.
There you go.
It's a life that was far from guaranteed after she was born with both scoliosis and a rare genetic disorder known as Pfeiffer syndrome, which saw her bones in her head and face fuse together, forcing her to undergo 29 surgeries to this point.
It was just sad to have to watch your child from 2 months on go through this many surgeries and miss out on typical childhood activities and fun and family fun.
But sadness was not on the menu when Riley came to Taylor Chip in Manheim Township. Instead, it was Riley's own creation, as Taylor Chip is selling Riley's Flantastic Cookie, a recipe of her own creation to be sold through June 13th at all its stores and online to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
So many people in the community love Riley and have supported it, right? Her school, they bought cookies, and I know her teacher has bought cookies for the class, so it's been amazing to watch her and give back to a place I gave to her.
Riley's wish to put smiles on faces has been granted, and for her parents, their wish is for her resilience to act as a beacon of hope.
What do we say every morning that you're what? Strong?
Strong.
What else?
Kind. Brave.
And?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Words that go with life, like caramel on a cookie.
You're a professional at this. You're doing great.
James Corrigan, Fox 43 News.